Welcome to Sacred Success, the alchemy of spiritual business, where Michelle Barr talks to conscious entrepreneurs and spiritual seekers about creating a better life and a better business now. Building your own business is the most intensive personal and spiritual growth and development course you could ever enroll in. And that's why Michelle does the work she does for you. We're glad you're here with Michelle Barr on the OMTimes Radio Network.
Me today. Welcome to my community if you've been around a long time or if you are new. And I want to make sure you know that I have a show here every week. And if you like this and you want more of them, you can go to OMTimes Radio Network and get all the archived shows and listen to them. I recommend you do that. From the very beginning, I have always built and kept what I call my personal success library, so that when I'm in the car, when I'm driving, when I'm waiting somewhere, I have something to read or listen to. I just did 2 nights ago an almost 4-hour car trip by myself. It was night. I wanted to stay awake and really be engaged and really be able to listen to something that would have an impact on me and the rest of my week and really get me going and get me flowing. And so I popped in something and I listened, and before I knew it, I was home. These are available now on iTunes. You can grab it and download it to go. So I just recommend my show and other things. I have my Kindle loaded with books. When I'm on an airplane, I travel a lot now because I love it and I've built it into my business. I read a book, I pick a book and I read it while I'm traveling that can help me. And something I went back to that I really love, and I realized I'd gotten so busy I wasn't doing it, is I have loved, as long as I could read, reading fiction. I love to get lost in it. I love to follow stories and human drama. So I started reading fiction again. That's that doing something that just brings you little joy and something you desire. Sometimes as we're going after the big things, and we tend to be taught even put off what you love until later. Put it off and just head down and keep working, and someday you'll get to enjoy all that. And I realized that I had to add some of those things back into my life. Reading fiction was one of them, and my yoga class was another. I've been doing yoga and things like that for years on and off, and I know what I feel like when I do it, and I know what I feel like when I don't. It's that holistic way that I go about my life and the lives and businesses of my clients, and it's very important for you because everything counts. Everything matters. That's one of the 9 universal guiding principles that I base my whole life and my business on. And I tell you, I have a free gift. If you have a poster, if you'd like to download that poster and see what those 9 universal guiding principles are, you can go to 9universalguidingprinciples.com with the number 9 or NINE, 9universalguidingprinciples.com. When you listen to my shows, I always have freebies for you. I have things for you to go grab and get. So I encourage you to go do that. And that helps you continue to work on yourself and learn and grow outside of this show. That's why I'm also encouraging you to go and grab my shows, because they're not just information. They're created to create shifts in the way you think, in what you believe, in what's holding you back, and then in the way you take action and the way you don't take action and the way you show up in the world. So I just jumped right in because I was feeling so passionate and I had a word for you and I wanted to make sure and give that to you. I am Michelle Barr, and this is Sacred Business Success on OMTimes Radio Network. I've been with OMTimes Radio Network since they started. I was one of the inaugural guests with this show as a conscious business expert to jump right in and launch. And so I have over a year's worth of shows. And on every show, I provide you with spiritually rich and practical, powerfully practical. So spiritually rich and powerfully practical tools, techniques, and processes, as well as things to think about. I am both about the marketing to make it work and the mindset to make it happen. So that's how you know where I'm coming from and what I'm here to offer you today. And I invite you to go to michellebarr.com if you want more about me, if you want to read about me, if you want to connect with me, if you want to talk to me and take me up on one of the 10 complimentary consultations that I do each month. I would love to do that. I've just got so much I want to talk to you about today. And I want to start by asking you a question. I want to ask, are you where you want to be right now? Taking honest inventory is one of the cornerstones of the way I live my life and the way I work with my clients. So this is a taking honest inventory moment right now. You maybe started the year, you looked over last year, you had some intentions, you had some goals and dreams and desires. You really want to hone in. If you don't have clarity in that, you want to start there right now. Start at the beginning of a month or start at a new moon. I always run those things with a new moon cycle. Starting on the new moon, there's power in that. New beginnings, new starts, new things you're pushing out and offering into the world. And over those 30 days, you get to watch that cycle and receive feedback. Are you where you want to be? And if not, what are you willing to do about it? Because when I'm out speaking on stages, the first thing I ask people in my keynote about taking action and about creating a life you love, creating a business you love, is, are you living a life you love? Or are you living your life by default? It's an important question because you will find more people than not who are just living their life by default. They're doing things because they were told, or that's just the way it was, or they fell into it and they don't think they can get out, or someday. So that thing I talked to you about, reading fiction and going to yoga class, when I first started working with people, before I was a business coach, I did totally personal and spiritual growth and development. And then I learned how to make money and a sustainable and profitable business. And I started getting asked to be a business coach. So I picked all of that up and I carried it with me into what I now do. And I still do all that mindset and personal and spiritual growth and development work with my clients. And they are wanting to turn their life's calling into a profitable, sustainable business they love. And I would find people had this all or nothing. I'm stuck in this, and someday I'll get to live that. And one of the most powerful things I helped them do was add small joys. For me, a small joy is to take that fiction novel I'm reading, go to one of my favorite restaurants, sit in a booth by myself, and read my book and eat my favorite meal. When I'm running and going, I don't always have the time to do that, to relax, to sit and give myself that. Yoga, when I got really busy and I started making a lot of money and my business was really thriving, that's one of the things I stopped doing. And then I realized the impact it had. And what I found was when people started adding those small joys back in, they ended up bringing more and more joy, attracting more and more joy, because joy is the highest emotion you can vibrate from. So when you can get into joy, you will broadcast that out there and you will start attracting and calling in more and more joy. It starts small. She came to me for one thing and ended up working through lots of things in her life that were in the way of that. Those early clients coming in, they came in, and I was thinking when I said she of one particular client who came to me for one thing. That was the first time I started really working with this principle, the joy principle. And She started healing all these things because it's holistic. It works wherever you are. My work is energetic and intuitive and strategic. It works wherever you are. It meets you where you are. And it's all about energy, your energy. So it always works. So you don't have to say, will this work if I'm this? Will this work if I'm not this? If I don't have this? If I do have this? If I do this for a living? If I don't do that for a living? It works. Start with those 9 universal principles, 9universalguidingprinciples.com. They work. I want you to really think about this. Come to this moment, no matter where we are, what time of year it is, where you are, if you're about to have a birthday, if it's a new moon, if it's the end of the month, the beginning of the month, whatever it is. Am I willing to take honest inventory? Yes, because it will serve me. Do I have joy in my life right now? What could I add into my life in the smallest way? Even if you have a story for me that you have so many kids, so many obligations, so many responsibilities, not enough money, not enough time, you can add one little thing. You can start very small. 10 baby steps equals a quantum leap. My coach told me that, and it's true. And I love it because I attract a lot of baby steppers. I also work with ledge leapers, lots of baby steppers, and they can get the same results as the ledge leapers. Actually, sometimes if it causes you a lot of stress to take risk and you're not a ledge leaper and you try to do that, it will cause stress that will contradict what you're trying to do. And some very well executed, consistent baby steps work much better. It's all about consistency. Consistency is key. And I have got some huge things for you when we get back. So stay with me and go get those 9universalguidingprinciples.com. And I will see you in a minute.
The best of holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM-FM. Being a radio host on IOM-FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. OMTimes Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single OMTimes endeavor. Host your show with OMTimes Radio Network.
Looking for inspiration?
Want to be inspired?
Not sure where to go?
Find Mark and Kim every Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on Inspired Living.
Topics will elevate consciousness and range from metaphysics to the human and social experience and all things spiritual.
Welcome to an inspired community that offers support, encouragement, and new ways of thinking. You are the inspired and the inspiration.
As difficult as it is to believe, there are places in Africa where human traffickers sell albino children and their body parts for use in magic rituals. Humanity Healing International is actively working in Uganda to change this paradigm. The Albino Rescue Project finds albino children who are at risk and places them in safe schools and environments where they can learn and grow free from fear. To learn more or to sponsor a child, visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is.
Come heal yourself. What is healing? Healing is nothing but connecting with your all-knowing higher self that already has solutions to all your problems and is always there to guide you. Through this show, we help you to connect with that you are and tap into that innate potential you have to transform your life and fly high. Please join me, your host Monica Goyal, every Sunday, 7 p.m. Pacific. Namaste.
the best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM-FM.
Hello, welcome back. Thank you. So we dove right in and jumped into some big things because you can just be plugging along, and then you don't feel so good and you don't feel like things are great and you start to question, or maybe you don't dare question. And that taking honest inventory is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. I want to talk to you about that baby stepping, about that ledge leaping. In 2003, I asked myself this important question. Why am I creating what I don't want? Have you ever asked yourself that? Why am I creating what I don't want? And I took that first single step that begins every 1,000-mile journey. I turned my life into an experiment in the law of attraction. Little did I know when I started out that I would end up here. I couldn't even vision it. It's too big. I didn't even know to ask for it. So you don't need to know what it'll look like 10 years from now, 5 years from now. I dared to ask myself an important question. Am I living a life I love, or am I living by default? I knew I wasn't living a life I loved. Too much in my life was a mess. I was doing work I didn't like at all. I was in a toxic work environment. My children were acting out. My marriage was really struggling. I was struggling and suffering. Why am I creating what I don't want? Since that time, I have taken many big giant steps, and I've taken my share of baby steps, forwards and backwards. The magic comes in those moments when we ask the questions. Why am I creating what I don't want? Think about it. That's a very different question than why am I not creating what I want? And we ask that a lot. Why can't I have what I want? Why is this happening to me? Why am I not creating what I want? But really, there is no not creating about it. What if you asked yourself, why am I creating what I don't want? In that pivotal moment when I dared to truly ask and I dared to face the honest answers, what I did was make a monumental shift in my perspective. And that changed everything. I made the first move away from a victim consciousness, wondering why everything always happens to me, and knowing that if everyone else in my world would just stop doing what I didn't want them to do and start doing what I did want them to do, I would be just fine. In doing that, I began to move toward knowing that I am the creator of my life, my entire life. I am the creator of my entire experience. Things don't happen to me, they happen through me. What tremendous freedom this brings. What tremendous responsibility this brings. I'm intuitive and empathic, and I always have been. But for a very long time, I didn't have a conscious awareness of that. But because of that, I've always been able to create things I wanted. And because of that, I spent a lot of years creating a lot of what I didn't want as well. Because when you're a great manifester, you're a great manifester. It's all or nothing. Can you relate? Some of you just got a word there. Let that land. I invite you to consider this for yourself now. How much are you creating unconsciously? And how much are you consciously creating your life? You have unlimited possibilities. I invite you to explore those. I invite you to take inspired action to step out of mediocrity and create your own extraordinary life. I wish you absolute joy in your journey. And it all starts with asking those questions, asking those hard questions, asking the questions that were forbidden in the way you grew up. I can go there with people. I can go there with you into those deep, dark questions, and you want to go there. And you want a guide who can take you there to bring those things to light. I invite you to connect with me at michellebarr.com. You can also get there at fromcallingtocash.com. Connect with me. Let's talk about these things, because what I'm going to tell you next is this. You are sitting on a gold mine. I help people every day create their own sacred success and their own sacred business success through this show, through my coaching, through my programs, through my products, through my speaking. I help you step into who you are and take that out into the world, because the treasure has been within you all the time. Do you know that? Everything in the universe is poised and waiting for you to step into the spotlight of your own life. Everything is ready when you are. So I take you back to that time I described in 2003. I didn't even know what I was doing. I had gone through some bad jobs. I didn't know what to do next. I was struggling. All the things I told you that appeared to be going wrong in my life. And I started taking honest inventory, and I started asking myself these questions, these powerful and tough questions. So when I talk to you about everything in the universe is poised and waiting for you to step into the spotlight of your own life, everything is ready when you are. I invite you to go to my brand new website that just launched in March. It's called MichelleBarrSpeaks.com. MichelleBarrSpeaks, MichelleBarrSpeaks.com. And see what happens when I finally cut through the crap, started taking baby steps, leaped off some ledges, created some quantum leaps, and stepped into the spotlight of my life. You will find my published book. You will find my keynote speech there, which is very inspiring and motivating to help you take inspired action. You will find a recent TV show I was on about my work and with my book. You will find all kinds of examples and all kinds of resources to show you what it can look like. And it was a journey and a process, and I had people help me along the way. Let me show you. Are you willing to see? Are you ready to stop losing yourself, stop giving yourself away, and stop being an energy source for others in a way that drains the life out of you? Are you ready instead to step into your fullest expression and experience with your vision, your mission, your dreams, and your truth? It's who you are, after all. It's what you came here for. It's what you are meant to take out into the world. Imagine what is possible when you take even just that first step moving you forward into your journey to significance and success, your journey to your own sacred success. You are sitting on a gold mine, and often when it feels the most overwhelming, the most paralyzing or impossible, you're just 3 feet from gold. It's an adventure like no other, I'm telling you. Once you decide to step into who you are and take that out into the world, you enter into a journey that takes you through a series of phases, leading you ever forward, moving you ever closer to the satisfaction of living a life of significance and success. Here's what it looks like. You learn to master your magic. You learn to monetize your magic. You learn to market your magic. And you learn to move it, M-O-V-E. Master your magic, monetize your magic, market your magic, and move it. If you need to move forward in any one area of your life and you don't know how, I have a 21-day free email course for you. And you can get that at intuitivesuccesscoach.com. Go to intuitivesuccesscoach.com, sign up. Day one will drop in your email box. It will take you 15 minutes, less than 20 minutes a day for 21 days to go through this, and you will move forward and you will create. I encourage you to do something right now that will move you forward. Phase 1, master your magic. It's a wondrous time of exploration and discovery, reacquainting yourself with your dreams, remembering your truth. It's the time of the Fool and his journey. If you follow the tarot cards, if you follow the archetypes, all about the Fool and his journey, you begin to reach out to what speaks to you and to open up to the gifts you are here to give. You may have stuffed your magic way below your conscious awareness, pushed it far away from you, and your reawakening to it feels almost like a dream, a distant memory you weren't sure was real or something you had only imagined. It is real, and it's waiting there for you. The path you are to take is not yet clear, but you are beginning to catch a glimpse of your purpose every now and then as it bubbles up from the unconscious, called forth by your higher self, answering in response to your dissatisfaction. Stay with me. We're going to continue on this journey and this discovery. I'll be right back.
Conscious media for conscious minds. OMTimes. Host your show on O.M.FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on O.M.FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community.
Eros Evolution is where sexuality and spirituality meets. Join me, clinical sexologist Martha Tara Lee, on Eros Evolution on Thursdays, 4 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio.
Are you trying to get from point A to point B and need a little advice? Connect with the counselors at OMTimes Advisors. Whether you're looking for a life coach or a spiritual intuitive, the advisors participating at advisors.omtimes.com were carefully chosen based on their gifts, skills, and professionalism. OMTimes Advisors, connecting you with the best advisors in the business.
Live with medium Lisa Phoenix, Mediumship Messages and Musings, explores mediumship and all things metaphysical. Lisa Phoenix invites you to reach above and beyond your everyday experiences to explore new dimensions in the spirit world. She will do live readings to connect callers to their loved ones in spirit, shares engaging stories and teachings from her own personal experience, and will have intriguing conversations with other mediums, spiritual teachers, and healers to help you understand the metaphysical world so you can connect to these forces in your day-to-day life. Join your host on this magical and metaphysical journey into the world of spirit every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
Free your mind. Expand your soul. OMTimes Radio. O.M.FM.
Hello, welcome back. We are on a journey right now in this show, and we are exploring all kinds of things that start with asking those questions, taking honest inventory, asking those Powerful, even though they are tough questions, then recognizing you are sitting on a gold mine. It's all here for you. It's who you are. It's what you came here for. It's what you are meant to take out into the world. Can you imagine what's possible when you take even just that first step, moving you forward into your journey to your own sacred success and your own sacred business success? The adventure of it. Knowing what to do, learning what to do, having guidance along the way. Master your magic, monetize your magic, market your magic, and move it. So if you need to get going and get out of a rut or where you're paralyzed or frozen or stuck, I've got that M.O.V.E 21-day free email course for you at intuitivesuccesscoach.com. That can be an inspired action step you can take right now. It's okay if the path you are to take is not yet clear, but maybe you're beginning to catch a glimpse of your purpose every now and then as it bubbles up from the unconscious, called forth by your higher self, answering in response to your dissatisfaction. You cry out, "I don't have to live like this. Now what?" It answers, "Let me show you." Are you willing to see? Because when you ask, you will be shown. Are you willing to see? That's where I came to in my life, crying out, "I don't have to live like this, but now what?" My coach's request to you is to enter this period of discovery with an open heart and an open mind. Bring your willingness to see, explore what calls to you, and move toward what speaks to you. And if this speaks to you, if I speak to you here today and you don't know what to do next, what next step, explore your possible next steps with an open heart and an open mind and be willing to see what might be here for you, knowing this is your call to action. And connect with me at michellebarr.com or from callingtocash.com. I have frequently asked questions there. Click on the contact button. Schedule a time for us to talk. That's what I'm here for. That's what I do. I mentioned a minute ago about the fool and his journey. Phase 1, mastering your magic, learning how to master your magic. Because then the next phase was monetizing your magic, then marketing your magic. And I work with people to do all of those, how to turn your life's calling into a profitable, freedom-based business. I show people how to monetize your magic and then how to market your magic in a way that is authentic to you. So in that first step, if you're familiar with the tarot card, the Fool and his journey, it's a common archetype in our world. The traveler hears the calling and has gotten up to take a step, to move forward, to take a new inspired action. There's a skull in the image, a symbol of wisdom that can be found within each of us. The wisdom is inside of you. Somewhere within, you know that this step will lead you into the unknown, away from the comfortable and the familiar, defying what has come to be considered logical and rational. The major arcana of the tarot take us through a journey we can very much relate to, as do the archetypes. It all begins from this place, from our position as the fool, the innocent. In this place, many of us have experienced feelings of going crazy, and others may tell us we are acting foolish. Yet we stand up and take that first step, which changes the energy within us. It changes everything. We declare something new to the universe, and indeed, the universe does respond. Notice the Fool travels light. As we embark on this part of the journey, we are asked to let go of everything that does not serve us and make room for all that we are asking for and expectantly waiting for to show up. The Fool card carries either no number at all or the number 0. The Fool, in his humanness, gives way to his feelings and emotions, experiences his desires, reaches for what he wants, and then creates the space for life to happen. Creates the space for life to happen. That's key. You have to create a space, and then life will happen. For spirit to join with human in this creative process, in this dance, and let's go of the outcome to allow what is meant to be, simply to be. It is a delicate balance this way of being, of experiencing life. It is in the moment of surrender that the 0 point exists, the event horizon, the void in which all is possible and creations are made manifest. Don't let this frighten you away. Some people will choose to abandon much of the life they are dissatisfied with, take big risks, giant steps forward. Part of the wisdom within is that it calls you first and foremost to know thyself. Know thyself. That's taking honest inventory as a part of that. This is what the journey is truly all about. I tell my clients and students that they must know themselves well enough to know what is best for them. These choices will impact you physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, wholly, holistically. If you are not a risk taker, then taking big risks can create stress that counteracts and interferes with your ability to create what you are wanting. This movement can take the form of baby steps, small, subtle, consistent actions will create profound change. The important thing is to get into action and stay in action. So what are you going to do to get into action? Spend some time reflecting or meditating on this message the Fool offers us, this gift that it brings. It is said that the Fool is numbered as naught, meaning it has no number in a set sequence, because the Fool is everyone and every place. At the beginning of the journey, standing in this place of the Fool, all possibilities exist simultaneously. And here's a note about risk-taking. You may be really ready for a risk, even after never having taken them. It can be such a liberating experience that yields magical results. I have been there and done it at a time when I disliked change and was very adverse to risk-taking. My life since then has been absolutely worth it. My journey exciting and yielding out of this world results. It takes a new mindset and tremendous support. Do you have that? Are you ready to have that? It takes preparation the way you would prepare for any journey. When the timing is right, you will feel it and know it. When nothing will stop you and you know you can't not do this thing, then you are ready. That is the exact time to take the big risks and let the universe rush in to support you. Think about that. Think about where you are in this journey. Think about where you want to go. Are you where you want to be? There are 5 steps to this mastery and manifestation. I'm often asked, what is the work I do and how do I do it? I have a unique system very early on in the beginning of my work with my clients. And it's the way I first transformed my own life. It's the foundation for my work, and it's the way I still serve people through this work in many different ways. It's the steps you take with me that I took, including my private coaching, my group coaching, my ongoing products, programs, and services. all have this built in. Those 5 steps are discover, shift, act, believe, and create. We must become the master before we can manifest. Learn to master yourself, master your emotions, master your energy, master your gifts, and master your mindset. Discover. Begin creating awareness. Whatever you are ready to work on and release will show up. Learn to work with the unconscious, subconscious, and conscious to bring to the surface what no longer serves you so that you can shift it and move forward out of what you don't want and into what you do want. Shift. Here's where you're clearing, healing, and resolving what is getting in your way. If it is showing up in your world, you have called it forth into consciousness so you can release it. There are many ways to do this. It is far-reaching and will create powerful change in yourself and your life. Energy healing really does work. Working with your mindset, working with your energy, your beliefs, your thoughts, learning to take inspired action. These are all one part of the whole. At any given time, you have a variety of life situations you are experiencing. They may not always at first appear to be related, or you are so close to them that you cannot see what is really going on. These life situations are symptoms, and they can lead you directly to the root causes and the underlying energetic situations you are playing out at your deepest level. When you make changes at this level, these things stop showing up. They are showing up for you to clear, heal, and resolve. And they are coming to the surface now because you are asking for things. You are setting intentions and radiating desires. I have more to say about this, and I will be right back so we can keep talking about shift and its powerful purpose in your life. Stay with me.
The cutting edge of conscious radio, OMTimes Radio, IOM-FM. Host your show on IOM-FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on IOM-FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community.
Hi, this is Julie Geigel.
And I'm Alicia Isaacs-Howes.
And I'm Catherine Glass.
And we're the Psychic Angel Channelers. You can find us every week here on OMTimes Radio at Angel Talk Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time.
The angels have heard your call and are here to help.
Are you ready to receive?
Remember your magnificence with Angel Talk Tuesday.
Simone Milasas would like you to know that business can be fun, which is why she wrote the book, Joy of Business. What if you could have the joy of business rather than the stress and struggle? Most of the time, the only thing stopping you from a thriving business is you. In the Joy of Business book, Simone gives you access consciousness tools and pragmatic ways to get out of your own way and to create the business, life, and living you know is possible and beyond what this reality says is achievable. Business is joy. It's creation. It's generative. It can be the adventure of living. You can purchase your copy of the book through Amazon or Joy of Business website, www.accessjoyofbusiness.com.
Looking for inspiration?
Want to be inspired?
Not sure where to go?
Find Mark and Kim every Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on Inspired Living.
Topics will elevate consciousness and range from metaphysics to the human and social experience in all things spiritual.
Welcome to an inspired community that offers support, encouragement, and new ways of thinking. You are the inspired and the inspiration.
Free your mind with OMTimes Radio, IOM-FM.
Welcome back. This is Michelle Barr with Sacred Business Success. We are just talking about a lot of important things today, taking honest inventory, asking yourself those questions, and recognizing you're sitting on a gold mine, recognizing the journey and the purposes it solves. So back to that question, why am I creating what I don't want? It's a very different question to ask than why am I not creating what I want? Because you see, you're always creating. So why am I not creating? Why am I creating what I don't want? See, it'll get you twisted up. You have to really look at it. Why am I creating what I don't want? When I was in victim mode, it was always, why am I not creating what I want? Why is this always happening to me? Why can't I have what I want? Why does everybody else have? When I realized I am a powerful creator and took responsibility, I received more and more power to create the life I wanted, which I continue to create. Now I'm always creating a vision of the life I want to live and then creating my business to support and sustain that. That's the huge payoff. How does that sound? It is worth doing this that I'm taking you through today. Absolutely. Asking myself, why am I creating what I don't want? These life situations are symptoms, and they can lead you directly to the root causes and the underlying energetic situations you are playing out at your deepest level. When you make changes at this level, these things stop showing up. They are showing up for you to clear, heal, and resolve. And they are coming to the surface right now because you're asking for things. You are setting intentions and radiating desire. These things show up in response to that. They show up first, but on the other side of them is everything you're asking for. And they show up because they need to be cleared, healed, and resolved for you to receive what you're asking for. It's what is showing up that no longer serves you, that you cannot take with you where you want to go, that you cannot hold on to as who you want to be, and that will not be able to exist alongside what you want to have. All of this holds valuable feedback and resources so you can get to the root cause. Stop the symptomology that is the repeating life situations showing up in all their varied forms and get to the core of what is really going on so you can consciously create change for the better. Discover, shift, act, believe, and create. Act. Your next step is the one that most people get stuck at, and many do not move forward at this point, often for many, many years, sometimes for a lifetime. You must take new action and get new results. Learn to read the feedback, do your work in the physical, third dimensional world, and allow the universal energy to work with you and for you. Energy healing works in the fifth dimension. The fourth dimension is where we work with our thoughts and feelings. Our dreams tend to hang around up there. When we stop here, we create this rich inner world, but it's not reflected in our outer world. So we long to escape more and more into this world. Our physical world continues to deteriorate. At some point, we begin to lose the ability to create what we need to meet our basic needs. Then we're left longing for love, money, relationships, fulfilling work, a home that is our sanctuary, and other worldly things that continue to elude us. When I started out and I was working people discover, shift, act, believe, create. People were discovering. They were going on that journey with me. People were shifting and then they were getting stuck, just like I just talked about, which led me to create my entire body of work, Master the Art of Taking Action, and my website, theartoftakingaction.com, which became my work. I took people through 90 days of transformation. I worked with people privately, intensely, one-to-one. I had my product, Healing Your Way to Prosperity. And last year I published my book, The Entrepreneur's Guide to Taking Action. And if you go to the Entrepreneur's Guide to Taking Action.com, I have a sample chapter there for you, waiting for you as my gift. The Entrepreneur's Guide to Taking Action. This book, if you're loving my show and the things I bring up, the book will take you through so much more. Discover, shift, act, believe, create. Believe. As we take new action, we are able to build new beliefs, to find and integrate new evidence to support these beliefs, to get rid of limiting beliefs, and to anchor in new desirable beliefs that support us very powerfully in manifesting what we desire. We first must do the emotional work of clearing, healing, and resolving. Much of this has been overlaid upon who we truly, authentically are throughout our life and beginning in utero. This is the stuff that keeps us stuck. We have pushed much of it deep into our unconscious and subconscious, but it's still driving our bus. From here, we can move forward to do the mindset work. We always act on what we believe, not what we know. Think about that. And create. Now you step fully into being the creator of your own experience. You move away from victim energy. You move away from victim energy and the perpetual cycle of victim, rescuer, victim, and into the powerful cycle of creator. With more responsibility comes more power, and it is always your choice. Create what you want. Live the life you desire and dream of. This is what I call sacred business success. This is what I call sacred success. It applies to both business and your life. And both of those have to be working together and working for you. And these are the 5 stages, the natural progression you move through to come to this place of divine power and divine abundance. It's here for you. So thinking about all this today, what this brings up for you, the resources that I've offered for you, an invitation to connect with me at fromcallingtocash.com or michellebarr.com to get your questions answered, to get the resources, to get my book, to get the poster, to take honest inventory and ask the questions, to become consciously aware that you're sitting on a gold mine. You are sitting on a gold mine, and what to do with that. I want to bring to your attention, for those of you now really focused on creating sacred business success, something going on in my world right now that I want you to imagine and I want you to think about that's a resource for you. We're getting ready to start this, and I want you to get in on it. Imagine being able to build the well-oiled machine that brings clients to you, asking to get on the phone with you and becoming your clients. Imagine always knowing what to do, when to do it, and why. In this way, you build the container that you can then pour all your goodness into. Imagine in 90 days having the foundation built, plus your first program for attracting and serving private clients up and going, and all the mindset pieces that go with that. You can take a look at this right now at intuitivewomenentrepreneurs.com/90days-BTC. This has a long URL because it is a special offer that I've been offering to people through an event they came to, and I'm offering it to you because we're getting ready to start, and I want you there. intuitivewomenentrepreneurs.com/90days-BTC. If for some reason you don't get all of that, You can message me. You can contact me on intuitivewomenentrepreneurs.com, and I'll send you right to it. I'm ready to show you all this because it's what I did and it worked. Once I knew what to do, when, and why, I built a foundation I've never had to change. When I need clients, I know what to do. I keep the well-oiled machine working for me all the time, so I'm pursued rather than pursuing it. On my last potential client strategy call, the woman on the other end began the call by saying, I am already sold on working with you. I just need to ask you some questions and run my numbers. How would you like to have that? We're going to start this soon. I want you to connect with me at intuitivewomenentrepreneurs.com or take a look at it right now as soon as we're done here to see if it's right for you, to see if it's your next best step. intuitivewomenentrepreneurs.com/90 days -B as in boy, T as in Tom, C as in Charlie. I'm so excited to see who shows up to join the women that have already shown up. Take a look. Connect with me. Decide before you leave this show today what next step you will take based on our time together today, and take it, whatever it is. I'm waiting to hear from you. I'm Michelle Barr, Sacred Business Success. Build your personal success library. Listen to my other shows. Get the sample chapter of my book. And I will see you soon. You can also connect with me on Facebook at Michelle B. Barr and Michelle Barr Unlimited. I show up there every day to inspire, educate, motivate, and inform. I'm watching for you. Let's talk soon.